Doctors gave her only 1 week to live. When 6-year-old Emma stepped into the hospital garden for her final wish, no one was aware of the miracle waiting for her there. That day, everyone at the hospital would experience the most beautiful moment of their lives. On the 7th floor of St. Mary Hospital, there was a small pink room. This room had been Emma Thompson's world for the past 2 years. The walls were decorated with Disney princesses, and dozens of tiny toy dolls were lined up on the windowsill. But the most striking feature of the room was the large calendar hanging on the wall next to Emma's bed. Every day, Emma would mark an X over that day with her small hands. As if seeing time pass somehow gave her hope. Dr. William Morrison was a pediatric oncologist with 25 years of experience. He had treated thousands of children and saved hundreds of lives. But every time he opened Emma's file, his heart sank under a heavy weight. Leukemia. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia. One of childhood's most ruthless enemies. The cancer cell's attack in Emma's body was so severe that even the strongest chemotherapies were now proving ineffective. "Mrs. Thompson," said Dr. Morrison to Emma's mother Sarah in the hospital corridor. Sarah Thompson was a young woman of 28. Her blonde hair had been falling disheveled lately, and there were dark circles under her blue eyes. Her husband Michael had lost his life in a car accident 3 months ago. Now she was alone with Emma, fighting this battle by herself. "Dr. Morrison, how is Emma?" "She looked very tired this morning," said Sarah, with a trembling hope in her voice. Dr. Morrison paused for a second. These conversations never got easier. "Sarah, we need to talk. Let's go to my office." The doctor's office was warm and comforting, unlike the hospital rooms. Mahogany desk, family photos on it, and a cup of cold coffee. Dr. Morrison sat behind his desk while Sarah collapsed into the chair across from him. "I have the latest test results," said the doctor, placing the file on the desk. "Sarah, I'm very sorry, but Emma's body is no longer responding to treatment. The cancer cell count has doubled in the past week. Her immune system has collapsed." Sarah's world seemed to stop. "What does this mean? Aren't there other treatment options? We could take her to other hospitals, abroad." "Sarah," Dr. Morrison gently reached out his hand. "Emma's body can no longer fight. The time we can give her, probably 1 week. Maybe a little less." The words echoed in Sarah's ears like an echo. 1 week. 7 days. 168 hours. The time left in her 6-year-old daughter's life. Tears began to stream down her face. "Does she know?" Sarah whispered. "Emma is a very smart child. She knows what she's feeling. But you decide how to tell her. Our job now is to provide her with the best palliative care, to minimize her pain." Sarah nodded, but couldn't speak. Dr. Morrison continued, "Sarah, it's very important to listen to Emma's wishes during this process. Children can sometimes be much stronger than us. Emma will know better what she needs during this process." That night Sarah slept in Emma's room next to her. She listened to Emma breathing, held her small hand. Emma was smiling even in her sleep, as if she was seeing beautiful things in her dreams. When morning came, Emma woke up with her usual cheerfulness. "Mommy, I want to do something different today," she said, her tone as lively as always. "What do you want to do, sweetheart?" asked Sarah, stroking Emma's hair. "I want to go out to the hospital garden. I want to see that big tree. Nurse Jennifer told me it was very old. She said it was over 100 years old." Sarah was surprised. Emma hadn't left the hospital in 2 years. Going outside was considered risky because her immune system was too weak. But now, was there anything left to fear? "Let's ask Dr. Morrison." "Okay," said Sarah. When Dr. Morrison heard Emma's request, he thought. Technically, Emma's condition was very critical. But perhaps letting this little girl live her last wish was the right thing to do. "All right," said the doctor. "But I'll be with you. And Nurse Jennifer will come too." Emma's face lit up, as if they had given her the greatest gift in the world. "Really? Will we go to the garden?" "Yes, princess, we will." Emma's preparations for going to the hospital garden were like organizing an expedition. Nurse Jennifer prepared Emma's favorite pink blanket. Dr. Morrison checked the portable oxygen tank. Sarah took Emma's favorite toy, a small unicorn plush. "Today is a very special day," said Nurse Jennifer, helping Emma into the wheelchair. Jennifer Hayes was an experienced nurse who had been working at St. Mary Hospital for 15 years. She had cared for hundreds of children, but Emma was special. The affection she felt for this little girl was no different from what she felt for her own daughter. As Emma sat in the wheelchair, they embarked on a journey through the hospital corridors. Everyone they saw in the corridors smiled at Emma. Cleaning worker Maria Martinez waved when she saw Emma. "Hola, pequeña princesa," she said with her Spanish accent. "Hello, Maria," Emma replied, waving her hand. Emma knew everyone's name in the hospital. From doctors to cleaning staff, everyone knew her. In the elevator, Emma was trembling with excitement. "Mommy, what do you think we'll see in the garden?" "Flowers, trees, maybe birds," said Sarah, squeezing Emma's hand. "I want to see that old tree." "Nurse Jennifer, is that tree really 100 years old?" "Yes, sweetheart," said Jennifer. "That tree was here even before this hospital was built. Oak tree. Very strong and wise." When the elevator reached the ground floor, the doors opened and Emma could breathe air from outside the hospital for the first time in 2 years. The glass door leading to the garden was like a portal to another world for Emma. The hospital garden was like a small paradise in the middle of the city. There were benches on the grass, flower beds with various types of flowers planted, and in the center, the giant oak tree that Emma wanted to see. The tree's trunk was so thick that 4 people could barely wrap their arms around it if they stood arm in arm. "Wow," said Emma, her eyes wide. "It's so big." Dr. Morrison brought the wheelchair next to the bench under the tree. Emma wanted to sit on the bench. Sarah helped lift her from the wheelchair and sat her on the bench. Emma touched the tree. "How many people do you think this tree has seen?" "Thousands," said Dr. Morrison. "This tree has been here for 150 years. It has seen how many generations of children came here and played." Emma leaned her head against the tree. "It feels like it's talking to me," she said quietly. Sarah's heart ached seeing Emma like this. This little girl was face to face with the reality of death, but she could still feel wonder for the world. "Mommy," Emma said suddenly. "I want to do something." "What do you want to do, sweetheart?" Emma took out a small piece of paper from her pocket. She had secretly written it in her hospital room. "I want to leave a letter under this tree." Sarah took the letter. It was written in Emma's crooked handwriting. "Dear tree, my name is Emma. I am a sick child. Soon the angels will take me. But you stay here and give strength to other children too. I love you very much." Emma read heart. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. Dr. Morrison and Nurse Jennifer also read the letter. None of them could speak. "Can we put the letter at the root of the tree?" asked Emma. Jennifer found a small plastic bag, put the letter inside to protect it, and dug a small hole at the root of the tree. Emma placed the letter there. "Now this tree is my friend," said Emma, smiling. Just then, something unexpected happened. A group of people entered through the main gate of the hospital garden. In front, hospital director Dr. Patricia Williams was walking. Behind her were nurses, doctors, and even some patients. "Emma," called Dr. Williams. "How wonderful to see you here." Emma was surprised. Why had so many people come to the garden? Dr. Williams approached. "Emma, when we heard you were here, we wanted to come with some special guests." From behind the group, faces Emma recognized began to emerge. Dr. Sarah Chen from radiology, laboratory technician Mike Rodriguez, and something else unexpected. Emma's eyes widened. Because the people entering the garden had flowers, balloons, and small gifts in their hands. What is this?" asked Emma. "Emma," said Dr. Williams, kneeling next to the tree. "You've been at this hospital for 2 years and you've changed all our lives. When we heard you were here today, we wanted to thank you." Emma turned her head to look at her mother, then at Dr. Morrison. "Thank me? Why?" Nurse Jennifer sat down next to Emma. "Sweetheart, every day you've been here, you've given us strength. Your smile, your positivity, your love for life, it has affected all of us." Emma still didn't understand. "But I'm just a sick child." "No, Emma," said Dr. Chen, approaching. "You are our hero." Meanwhile, more people began coming through the hospital entrance. There were faces Emma recognized and didn't recognize. Hospital cleaning staff, security guards, cafeteria workers, even some patients came with wheelchairs and crutches. "Who are these people?" asked Emma, her eyes getting even bigger. Sarah Thompson stroked Emma's hair. "These are your friends, sweetheart. People who heard about your fight with illness and want to support you." Mike Rodriguez stepped forward. He was a 35-year-old, strongly built man. He was a technician who analyzed blood tests in the laboratory. "Emma, I've been analyzing your blood samples for 2 years. Every time I'm amazed by your strong spirit. You are a source of inspiration for me." Emma's eyes began to fill, but with joy. "Really?" From behind the group, an unexpected voice was heard. "Emma? Where's Emma?" When Emma turned around, she saw an 8-year-old child in a wheelchair. This was Tommy Williams, another child fighting the same disease. Behind Tommy were his mother Mrs. Lisa Williams and his father. "Tommy!" Emma shouted excitedly. They brought Tommy's wheelchair next to Emma's. "Emma, you are my hero," said Tommy. "Because you're always strong, I try to be strong too." Emma smiled. "We're strong together, Tommy." Dr. Williams stood up. "Emma, we didn't just come to thank you today. We want to show you something special." At this time, a large truck came from the main entrance of the hospital garden. On the side of the truck it said, City Gardens and Amp, Landscaping. 2 workers got out of the truck and took out a large crate from the back of the truck. "What is this?" asked Emma curiously. "Emma," said Dr. Williams, "as hospital management, we wanted to do something special in your name." The workers brought the crate next to the tree and opened it. A small, young oak tree sapling came out. "This new tree," said Dr. Williams, "will be planted here in your name. It will be Emma's tree. As this tree grows, your spirit will continue to live here too." Emma's eyes completely filled with tears. "Will it be my tree?" "Yes," said Dr. Morrison. "And that's not all." Dr. Morrison pointed, and one of the hospital volunteers brought a small plaque from behind the group. The plaque read, "Emma's Garden, dedicated to Emma Thompson, who taught us that courage comes in small packages and love is the strongest medicine." Since Emma couldn't read it, Dr. Morrison read the plaque aloud. "Emma's Garden. Dedicated to Emma Thompson. To the girl who taught us that courage comes in small packages and love is the strongest medicine." Emma was crying now, but these were tears of happiness. "Is this real?" Sarah hugged Emma tightly. "Yes, sweetheart, it's real." But the surprises weren't over yet. From behind the group, more people began to come. This time not just hospital staff, but people from outside the hospital too. Mrs. Helen Carter was the owner of the nearby grocery store. She had heard Emma's story on the internet. "Emma, sweetheart, I don't know you at all, but your story touched me so much. You are an angel to me." Mr. James Parker was a retired teacher. "Emma, every child who hears your courage will be stronger." And even more surprising, a local television reporter entered through the hospital garden gate. Anna Rodriguez from Channel 7 News. "Emma," said Anna, approaching with her microphone. "There are thousands of people who have heard your story. Can I talk to you?" Emma looked at her mother. Sarah nodded. "Sure," said Emma, smiling. "Emma, while you're fighting such a difficult illness, how do you give hope to other people?" Emma thought. "I just try to be happy. Because if I'm sad, other people get sad too. But if I smile, they smile too." Anna Rodriguez couldn't speak for a moment in the face of Emma's pure and deep answer. Cameraman David Miller, despite being a professional man with 20 years of experience, felt his eyes filling up. "Emma," said Anna, trying to hide the tremor in her voice, "what advice would you give to other sick children?" Emma's small face took on a serious expression, as if she had wisdom much greater than her age. "I would tell them, don't be afraid. Angels are always with us. And most importantly, never stop loving." At this moment, something unexpected happened. The nearly 50 people who had entered the hospital garden spontaneously began to applaud. The applause was so intense that even the people inside the hospital building were looking out the windows. Dr. Patricia Williams stood up. "Emma, we're not here today just to thank you. Actually, we want to make a very special announcement." Emma looked curiously. "As St. Mary Hospital Management, we have established a special fund in your name. Emma Thompson Children's Cancer Research Fund. This fund will support research for the treatment of brave children like you." Emma's mother Sarah was shocked when she heard this news. This is incredible." "And there's more," said Dr. Williams. "This fund has already raised $50,000 in donations. Local business owners, hospital staff, and people who heard your story made donations." Emma couldn't fully grasp what this meant, but she felt it was something important. This time, another surprise came from behind the group. 3 young musicians entered the garden with their guitars and violins. These were volunteer musicians from the Riverside Community Orchestra. "Emma," said one of the musicians, Jennifer Walsh, "we prepared a special song for you." The musicians took their positions and began playing a soft, melodic tune. The lyrics went like this: "Little Emma, shining bright, teaching us to fight the night, with your smile and loving heart, you've given us a brand new start." As Emma listened to the music, she had a magical expression on her face. As if she was hearing music from angels. When the song ended, Emma applauded. That was the most beautiful song. But the miracles weren't over yet. A large bus came from the main entrance of the hospital garden. About 30 children got off the bus. These were children of different ages who had heard Emma's story. "Emma! Emma!" they were shouting. The children's choir of St. Patrick had come especially for Emma. There were children from 6 to 12 years old. "Emma," said the choir director Mrs. Angela Foster, "when these children heard your story, they wanted to sing you a song." 30 children formed a semicircle around Emma and began singing, "You Are My Sunshine." But they had changed the lyrics. "You are our sunshine, dear Emma, you make us happy when skies are gray, you'll never know, dear, how much we love you, please don't take our sunshine away." As Emma experienced this moment, the eyes of nearly 100 people in the hospital garden were filled with tears. Doctors, nurses, patients, hospital staff, local people, and media members, All were witnessing the miracle created by this little girl. When the song ended, Emma tried to stand up. Sarah immediately helped. Emma reached out with her small hands toward the children. "Thank you," she said, her voice trembling. "This is my most beautiful day." At this time, Dr. Morrison approached Emma. "Emma, we have one more surprise." "More?" asked Emma, surprised. Doctor Morrison pointed, and from the hospital entrance came a woman dressed as Cinderella, Emma's favorite Disney character. She was a volunteer actress from a local theater group. "Princess Emma," said Cinderella, approaching Emma. "I've been looking for you." Emma's eyes sparkled. "Cinderella, are you real?" "Of course I'm real. And I have a special gift for you." Cinderella took out a small box. Inside was a crystal necklace. "This is a magic necklace," said Cinderella. "As long as you wear this necklace, your love will spread everywhere." Emma put on the necklace and hugged Cinderella. At that moment, everyone in the hospital garden witnessed the most beautiful sight they would ever see in their lives: a 6-year-old girl with cancer, surrounded by the love of hundreds of people, spreading hope and joy. Ana Rodriguez turned to her camera. "This is the garden of St. Mary Hospital. And here today, a real miracle is happening." 6-year-old Emma Thompson, even as she lives her final days, continues to give hope and love to hundreds of people. Emma sat under the tree, watching all the love around her. Finally, she put her small hand on the tree and whispered, "Tree friend, this is a real miracle, isn't it?" The event that took place in the hospital garden that day went viral on social media. The hashtag Emma's Miracle became a trending topic worldwide. And Emma's story gave hope to millions of people. Emma Thompson went to be with the angels a week later. But the love she left behind would live forever.